Straightforward conversations get the story behind the headlines right here on The Newsmaker. Thank you for joining Newswatch Plus. I'm Tristan Nodalo. The House of Representatives is in a turning point as it votes to impeach Vice President Sara Duterte for the second time. The Constitution only requires just a third of all House members, or that's around 106 votes, to impeach Duterte and send the articles of impeachment to Senate for trial. Today's Newsmaker, we have House Assistant Majority Leader and the spokesperson of Lakas CMD, the ruling party at the House of Representatives, Congressman Zia Alonto Adyong. Congressman Adyong, I understand that you just came out from a party meeting with Lakas CMD members ahead of the impeachment vote. Will there be a consensus or a unified stand when it comes to the impeachment vote for Vice President Sara Duterte from Lakas?
Well, yung support ng majority number of members ng Lakas for the impeachment, and also we anticipate na meron talagang magko-question sa floor pag ito ay sinalang na mamaya ng Committee on Justice, no? Yung kanilang committee report with the attachment of a resolution para pagbotohan, and then subsequently after that may transmit na sa Senado.
In your previous interviews, you said that Lakas CMD members, or at least 95% of them, will be backing the impeachment of the Vice President. This time around po ba, masasabi na nating 100% ng Lakas members are supportive of the impeachment?
Well, yung 90% yung sa 90-95% naman from Lakas members, andun na yun yung kanilang support eh. It's just that, remember Tristan, may mga Lakas members din tayo na lumipat sa ibang partido, but still they are also supportive of the impeachment. So when I was interviewed at the time, I was actually considering wala pa yung nagkalipatan, or hindi ko ata na bilang yung actual number nung na-remain na Lakas members. So after the interview, there were quite a few members who also transferred to other parties, but they're still supportive of the impeachment process. So given that time date, yung frame of yung timeline, talagang mga 90-95% from Lakas.
How about your overall assessment when it comes to the numbers? Are you confident that you will get the enough votes to support the committee report impeaching the Vice President?
Well, right now, kasi umabot na tayo sa 230, if I'm not mistaken, na members who have already signified 100%, they will support and they will signify that they will vote in favor of the impeachment process, the impeachment complaint, itong reconcile Zabalya and Cabrera complaints, to be transmitted to the Senate.
Or will it match the previous or last year's 215 votes?
Yes. We're looking at 200 to 230. That's the range, no?
Mm-hmm.
As far as per political party is concerned, kasi may mga party leaders have already signified these are the number of members that they have in their parties that who will support the impeachment complaint, no, who will vote vote yes on the resolution with the attachment of the reconciled Zabalya and Cabrera complaints.
Congressman Adyong, the impeachment case consolidated 4 grounds against Vice President Duterte. This includes the alleged misuse of confidential funds, bribery of DepEd officials, unexplained wealth, and threatening the life of the President and other officials. Which among these grounds for you is the strongest?
Well, lahat naman yun kasi we have already established a probable cause. Remember, during the confirmation hearing ng Committee on Justice, lahat naman yun malalakas, diba? Okay. It's kung akong tatanungin mo, lahat naman yun with like halimbawa yung sa AMLAC, no? Yung mga bank deposits na sinubmit naman ng mga bangko sa AMLA na under suspicious transactions. So tapos yung kanyang utilization of confidential funds, yung mga pangalan doon na sinabi naman ng PSA na wala namang, there's no record whatsoever na itong mga certain individuals like Mary Grace Piatos, Milky Sukuya ay wala silang record, pati na rin yung sa COA, no, yung sa ICFAO, yung disallowances na kailangan ma-restitute sila and many others, no. So I think all of those complaints, yung articles na for yung complaints na lahat yun nag-establish na ng probable cause for the committee to endorse to the plenary para may transmit na ito sa Senado at mapabigyang pagkakataon, not only the prosecution to prove with evidences these allegations of betrayal of public trust, culpable violation of the Constitution, even yung death threat sa ating Pangulo, that's very clear naman siya na mismo ang NBI nagsasabi na hindi to doctored, hindi AI, talagang ang Vice President talaga yung nag-threat sa ating President, sa First Lady, and sa former Speaker. So these are all allegations that can be proven with the full backing of evidence, no?
Okay.
And not only for the prosecution but as well as for the defense, kasi yun yung sinasabi nila that they're ready to take this up in the Senate para mapagbigyan din sila ng pagkakataon
Okay.
na mag-provide ng counter evidences nila.
In an event in Cebu, Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte said that some lawmakers have been offered of at least 200 million worth of infrastructure projects. Meron din pong mga monthly allowances and upfront funds para lang po suportahan yung pagboto sa impeachment ni Vice President Duterte. What is your response to this kind of claims?
Ito kasi, Tristan, itong mga scare tactic kasi, this is actually countering the very principle of upholding powerful to account. Yung accountability, transparency, yung rule of law na sinasabi sa Constitution, yung mandate ng ating Kongreso na binigay ng Constitution, pag babaliwalain mo lang sumisigaw na yung mga ebidensya, pag babaliwalain mo lang yung mga ebidensya, that is actually reinforcing the culture of impunity. So that's why, kung ikaw ay nakita mo itong mga ebidensya, if you're really into upholding the rule of law, holding public impeachable officers to account, if you're really for accountability, very clear sa'yo kung saan position ka sa suporta. So nakita naman natin yung mga ebidensya sumisigaw. But number two, yung sinasabi naman nilang mga allegations of nababayaran, bribery, etc. Ito yung paulit-ulit nila, rehash na sinasabi nila. Pero anong ba naman yung lahat na ba ng tao na hindi nagre-re-echo, hindi pinaparot yung kanilang narrative ay bayaran na? Actually, Tristan, hindi lang naman ng House of Representatives who are supportive of the impeachment, even general public, 69% according to COCTA research, nagsasabing kinakailangan ito mapunta sa Senado, mapakinggan yung ebidensya at to hold the Vice President to account. Ibig sabihin ba lahat ng sektor na pumapabor dito sa impeachment ay binabayaran? I mean, wala na ba yung pagiging Pilipino natin? Hindi ba po pwedeng you're standing on the principle of rule of law, of accountability and transparency, and holding powerful to account, diba? So, ang mas maganda sana is to provide counter evidences. Kasi puro kasi ad hominem yung naririnig natin, tinitira yung personality behind those who are supportive of the impeachment. Which, by the way, nakikita natin na may pattern talaga kasi part ito dun sa scare tactic na sinasabi nila, which again, would only reinforces culture of impunity. Ang sa atin lang, Tristan, is we have to uphold the rule of law. We have to make sure that accountability and transparency is still maintains to be part of our daily life, that the Constitution is alive and well, and this is the only way we can actually exercise our constitutional duty given to us by the Constitution to initiate the impeachment process if the allegations are to be proven correct. At least man lang may probable cause. And that's what we've done during the confirmation hearings of the Justice Committee.
So, Congressman Adyong, ito po bang mga ibinibintang na may mga pag-aalok daw po ng mga pondo o kaya reward or monthly allowances sa mga kongresista ahead of the impeachment vote ay part of an effort to undermine the credibility of the House impeachment process?
Yes.
In the Senate now, kung lumusot man po sa plenaryo ang impeachment ni Vice President Duterte, the next battle now would be at the Senate. But this early, you have some senators saying they will move to block the Senate from convening to an impeachment court. How do you respond to that?
Alam mo, hindi ko I'm really perplexed, no, dahil ang sinabi naman sa Constitution is exclusive na duty yan ng Senate, no, they have to convene as an impeachment court. I think the issue there is the Senate as an institution. Kailangan mag-convert siya or mag-convene siya into an impeachment court once na may padala itong impeachment complaint. In fact, nagkaroon ng matagal na diskusyon yung sa forthwith, no? Meron ng ruling ng Supreme Court diyan when it comes to the word forthwith, no? Yun nga, but the question is it discretionary on the part of individual members? Kasi ang anticipation natin or expectation natin at the very least is that the members of the Senate now that would be sitting as judges would be impartial. No? Kasi nga sinabi sa Constitution is sila lang yung may exclusive power to try and decide. Magkadugtong yan eh. Ang House of Representatives, sila lang may sole duty and mandate to to initiate the impeachment complaint, and then the Senate will be the one to try and decide. So we're talking about institution, not the institution. Yes, the Constitution does not refer to the individual members or the individual preference of the members of the Senate. It is the institution that has to convene. So, being a judge, the least that we expect from them is to be welcome enough to accept and appreciate evidences from both camps, no? Both from the defense and the prosecution. So, hindi ko alam kung bakit they will still subject that to a vote when in fact it's not a discretionary issue on the part of individual members. It's not even a choice of individual members. It's the Constitution that says this is your mandate. Once complaint, impeachment, articles of impeachment have already been transmitted to the Senate, then they are to therefore constitute or convene as an impeachment court.
House Assistant Majority Leader Zia Alonto Adyong, Congressman Adyong, sir, thank you for your time and for sharing your thoughts on this very important matter.
Thank you, Tristan. Thank you very much.
And we will continue to deliver just the facts and the news you need. Until our next newsmaker, I'm Tristan Dalo.